You should introduce.
Oh, fuck, okay. Hello and welcome. This is the pilot episode, episode 1 of Recreation Podcast. Amen, thank you. What is Recreation, you may ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. So Recreation is a podcast with me, Alex, Tobias.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hello.
And Taylor.
Hey.
He's all the way over there, so he might show up. Anyways. Do you have oh my god, do you have a recorder?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna use this as a backup. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just in case this craps out. So I'll start recording.
Nice. Yeah, cool. Recreation is a podcast where we write crappy stories and then make each other read them to our pure amazement and hilarity.
We try to write good stories, but we're not good at writing.
It's a podcast where we try to wake up Taylor for 45 minutes.
And sometimes we'll have special guests, like Obama's on our guest list. Obama.
Yeah, Obama's on the guest list.
But you gotta give him a call, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that later.
Alright.
So more important things right now.
Yeah. Because we organized episode 1 back in October, we have spooky theme. Even though it's halfway through November.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, it's actually a Thanksgiving theme because we're going to be thankful that these stories aren't happening to us right now.
And because Taylor is such a genius, he forgot to write his story. So.
Well, I was planning everything around it being at 3 o'clock, so.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I was gonna write it at like 2:30.
I'm so thankful that we're all just here together.
So if Taylor really wants to, he can read my friend Grant's story.
Yeah.
Which is just pure punishment for him. It's called Coca-Cola Bought My House, and we'll see if we'll read it today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it though.
There is a lot. It might become a multi-podcast adventure in which we read a chapter every day.
Because there's 12 chapters and an epilogue, so.
Amazing. Alright.
So who would like to read the first story? Yeah! Yeah. This is a historic moment.
Historic moment today.
Legendary
moment. Tobias, would you like to read my story?
Sure.
Alright.
I'd love to read your story. Epic Halloween trick-or-treating prank. Gone wrong. Gone sexual.
Dude, what? It's gone sexual?
Yeah.
Here,
it's 18 plus.
Yeah.
What's poppin', Gamer Nation? Charlie, nobody gives a shit about your stream.
What? Charlie Mahoney?
It doesn't say Charlie Mahoney.
It just says Charlie.
It's Charlie Mahoney.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Who else would you be thinking about?
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown is a prank channel on YouTube. If you didn't know, it's my favorite channel. Yeah.
Read the story.
Fine. It's true. Nobody really gave a shit about Charlie's stream. While Charlie was determined to get some Twitch Brit.
Could you keep this firing down? There might be kids.
Nobody really gave a beep about Charlie's stream.
Oh, there you go.
While Charlie was determined to get some Twitch bits from his IRL Halloween stream, the rest of the group was more determined, with scoring some sweet candy. Normally, when the average teenager thinks of a candy hotspot, they think a dark, abandoned tunnel, or maybe a trailer park. But Charlie's friends weren't smart enough to realize this, and each year, they headed out on their own candy hotspot. A long, smelly street on the east side of Neo-Cleveland. It has been a pretty good haul so far, with their pillowcases getting filled with an assortment of tasty and possibly illegal goodies. I really wish Mrs. Anderson would stop giving out her used heroin needles as treats. Shut up, Charlie. Nobody asked you. It was true. Nobody had asked Charlie for his stupid opinion. Fuck Charlie.
Is this how you feel about Charlie?
Dude, poor Charlie.
Dude, what the fuck? He's the sexiest man alive.
Despite Charlie acting like a troglodyte for the majority of the night, the gang had scored some decent treats, and it was getting kind of late. Little Timmy had passed out, but that was probably because of Mrs. Anderson's brownies, not exhaustion. Alright guys, let's start to wrap this up. Where do you think you're going? Oh fuck, the only person worse than Charlie. Big Booty Bartholomew. Nobody fucked with Big Booty Bartholomew. He had the bod of Timmy Turner, the bod of Timmy Turner's dad, and the cake of Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh,
His pedo stash was lazily trimmed, and pockets of Cheeto crumbs lay scattered amongst the hairs. He reeked of boiled eggs and gamer girl bathwater.
Dude,
And
I gotta leave this. This is too
Dude,
much.
I know it's no nut November,
Dude,
right?
I can't right now. I gotta go.
Dude, it's no nut November. He's gonna fail. He's going to the
I
bathroom.
prepared to write this for October.
Exactly.
Sorry, you know what?
It's okay.
It's okay. I'll just take my jacket off.
Let me lock the door real quick. There we go.
Take
Yeah.
my jacket off. You know, I just gotta. Ooh.
It's gonna get even steamier.
Oh. Fuck me.
You could see the outline of his gross pepperoni nipples through his skin-tight Naruto t-shirt. He was the only kid on the block that could pull off socks and sandals, and he had 2 dads, making him immune to yo mama jokes. But not Joe Mama. When I said that nobody fucked with Big Booty... When I said that nobody fucked with Big Booty Bartholomew, I meant it. And now here he was, approaching us, menacingly. Big Booty Bartholomew grabbed Charlie's dumb fucking camera from out of his hands and began to hijack Charlie's screen. It's so hard. And began to hijack Charlie's stream. Not like it mattered, because it's not like Charlie had viewers, but still, the damage was done. Hey, give me back my camera! Big Booty Bartholomew turned to Charlie, unfazed, and laughed. Ha ha ha! Brown murky spit and Pringle dust sprayed all over Charlie's dumb fucking face as Big Booty Bartholomew gargled a ferocious roar. If you want to get your precious viewers back, you'll need to follow me into my butthole clenched. The Bone Zone! What is this word? Oh, I urinated. The Bone Zone? Not the goddamn Bone Zone. Every year on Halloween, all the sexual monsters stop slapping each other's cheeks in this one dark alley to put together the spookiest, scariest, rootin'-tootin'est haunted house this side of East Neo Cleveland. I heard about it from my friend Jeremy, who went there 2 years ago. When he got back, he couldn't sit down for months. I just couldn't go to the Bone Zone. I need my asshole. I'm not about to lose it, just for Charlie's dumb fucking sake. Well, who's coming? Big Booty Bartholomew looked around intently to scan the scene for fresh assholes. He stopped on me, and his eyes widened. He pointed his long, bling-bling boy fingers at me and called me. You're coming along. His fat chance dickwad. My squad had me backed up for sure. I turned around and they dipped on me. There I stood, just me, my asshole, Charlie, and Big Booty Bartholomew. Big Booty Bartholomew waddled over and got real close to my face. His breath reeked of pre-cum. Not that I would know what that smells like. And he reached for my sack. My candy sack. Maybe I could barter my way out. Take it all. Just let me and my asshole go. Big Booty Bartholomew quickly rummaged through my sack, putting aside Miss Anderson's heroin needles and the mass amounts of banana Laffy Taffy. I used his distraction to distance myself. Hey, this candy sucks ass. Who the fuck likes Butterfingers anyway? Fuck you, Big Booty Bartholomew. Butterfingers kick ass. And as for you, you can kiss my ass. I made a run for it as Big Booty Bartholomew went to stick his potato-shaped head back into my sack. I knew he couldn't catch me. He was just too dummy thick. I ran and ran, never looking back. I got my ass out of Neo Cleveland as soon as I can. Years passed, and I haven't seen Charlie since that day. Sometimes I can still hear the clap of Big Booty Bartholomew's ass cheeks fading away from me like a ghost. And from that day forward, I made a solemn vow for the safety of me, my assholes, my friends, and my friends' assholes. Fuck Cleveland. The end.
What do you got against Cleveland, man?
I don't like Cleveland.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was a good story. That was a good story. I give it.
You rate it?
I rate it.
Alright.
A Tobias out of 10.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
It's a pretty good rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Nice.
You know, just
What can I say?
lots of vivid pictures of ass cheeks.
Big
That's
booty
nice.
Bartholomew.
Specialty.
Big booty Bartholomew, you know. I think he's a very complex character.
Yeah,
I think you developed him well.
there's a lot of nuances in that
Yeah.
story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Really shows like the you know
The
the
depth.
issues,
Yeah.
the depth.
Yeah,
of
like
what
were you
Cleveland-
trying to portray just society?
I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed almost like a vignette of
Yeah.
like a life of somebody in Cleveland, you know,
Mm.
just like a day.
I feel like Cleveland has just, well, especially Neo-Cleveland.
Would you
Yeah,
say?
especially.
The east side of
Yeah.
Neo-Cleveland just is filled with so many smelly, terrible beings.
Oh.
But the candy is just so nice, right?
But would you say that it is a society and that they
Definitely.
live there?
Well, I would assume so, seeing as how the candy's good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't really have a society without it being a hot spot for candy, right?
I guess.
Like, imagine, like,
Well, how are you supposed to make more people without good candy?
right,
Yeah,
Viagra.
exactly. You know,
Those heroin needles, dude.
Couple red pills, couple blue pills.
Couple Tobiases.
Well, Tobias is more of a snack, not a treat.
yeah.
Alright.
All right. Who's reading the next story?
Yes, I can either read Eamon's story or I can read Tobias.
Wants to read my garbage story.
I'll read it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So the goal here was to try and write a good story, knowing that it wouldn't be good.
I didn't think the dame had it in her.
I didn't think the dame had it in her. I didn't actually include that. It was disappointing. I wanted to though.
Dude, you're totally gonna be able to hear the fucking loud ass music.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. It's the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we don't have to pay for
Royalty free.
Yeah.
In
we
the
don't
cloud.
have
Royalty free.
we have our own background music.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna read this no matter how many spelling errors or
Oh,
typos there-
dude, there's so many. Like
Alright.
definitely.
I'm also slightly dyslexic, so this should help too.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. The manor stood before me, far grander than the nothing that surrounded it. Why anyone could choose to live out here was beyond me. It's quite possible that the family who lived here had dreams of living a life of an adventure. It didn't live up. I had been called.
Hey, you said it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, it didn't live up.
It didn't live up.
Didn't live up, dude. Didn't get me up, didn't live me up. I had been called to this place to investigate their murder.
Dude, their murder.
Their.
It's probably the wrong there, isn't
It
it?
is the correct there. I flicked.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well,
we did something right.
Dude, Papa bless. Alright. I flicked my cigarette to the sandy earth and passed through the tall brass gates guarding the home. It was just me in the house. My deputies had long gone home and I didn't blame them. It was pretty open and shut case. The family was dead, with no sign of break-in. And the only survivor was the maid.
I told you I didn't read through it.
She had reason to hate them. Everyone did. But they certainly didn't deserve this. It's why I thought I should give this place at least one more look. The entrance was an epitome of wealth. Epitome.
It's okay. I couldn't read urinate.
A beautiful glass chandelier hung above it, surrounded by a descending staircase that split into two. I continued down into the basement of the manor, where the stench of death crept through every crevice of the place.
Dude, that's scary.
It was dark.
Dude,
I
I'm so
didn't
scared,
like-
dude.
I didn't like it, but it was necessary. I was where the body. I was where the bodies had been found. I stepped off the final step of my descent. That's not the right descent. It was wet. I approached where the corpses had been stacked. The stench grew fouler. The shapes of the room began to come out of the darkness. The bodies had returned. That sick fuck, I thought aloud. No, you just won't understand, 1,000 voices uttered. I turned to see a figure wave his hand. Flame spat from his fingers, lighting the lamps of the room. It was one man. I thought I was like fucking up reading that, but I reached for my gun, but I stopped. A tentacle came from the cloak.
Oh shit, dude.
This one's gone sexual.
A tentacle came from his cloak.
Dude,
And before I could make him understand, I was pinned. I was soaked in what became clear was not water. The thing stood over me and laughed as I continued to be strangled. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a one-up, dude.
Yeah.
What a nice one-up. Good job, man.
Impressive. Should we read
Tobias, I'll read your story.
read my
Tobias.
story?
Your story. All right.
Do you want that one or do you want the non-stapled copy?
You know what? I'm a staple kind of guy.
Staple.
So
Go Staples.
the title of the story is Leroy by Tobias Lion Kahlo.
This is a true experience. This is non-fiction.
My life was a pretty normal ride for the most part. I went to school. Both my parents were together. It was a good time. That is, until I went to college. Dude, your parents are together? Dude, I'm so jealous.
Dude, this isn't about me. This is
I started looking around at schools in the Midwest. I didn't really want to be far from home, but I didn't really want to stay in Ohio either. I mean, who would?
Cleveland's in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? That's where he's from.
Why do y'all like fucking hate Ohio?
This is a continuation of the tale of...
Bartholomew.
Exactly.
I stumbled upon this place called Hope College.
Real
It
place.
was right on the shore of Lake Michigan in a small, faith-driven community. Little did I know that I'd find there was most unholy.
Oh no.
Is it Dogman?
Dogman? Dogman?
Dogmen do live in that area.
My
Excuse me,
fa-
dog men, not
The
dog
Dogmen, yeah.
That's okay.
I actually
Common
believe they're called dog people now.
Oh, I'm
It is
so
2019.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the current year, yes. My family offered to drive me up, but I refused. College is my own experience. I wanted to make my first impression on my own, you know? As I drove up across the cornfields, I took a pit stop in the town of East Lansing, another college city of, sort of like Holland. The town I was headed towards. As I was putting gas in my car, I made small talk with the guys next to me. I mentioned that I was going to college on the lake and their eyes widened. Do you know Leroy? They questioned. I had never heard of any Leroy before, but I was curious to see if they knew one of my classmates. It may be best you don't know him, they warned. When he feels he's been dishonored, there's no escaping him. I don't take threats like this easily. No guy my age would. I told them that if some Leroy jackass wanted to mess with me, he'd have a hard time. No one would be stupid enough, especially not some Leroy. We tried to warn you. There's no hope for you now. They got in their car and drove away. To where? I don't know. With hindsight, I should have turned back right then. Maybe then, I wouldn't be where I am now. As I drove up to Hope, the first thing that caught my eye was the beautiful view of the lake. I walked down to the shore before classes, but I saw some strange shadow in the water. It was someone swimming, but it didn't look like any stroke I'd seen before. It looked like he was just standing under the water, fully clothed too. I shook this off. I heard stories of the West, Michigan junkies before. A lot of weird people around here. If anything was serious, campus police would probably take him off the site. I should just keep I should just keep on with my day. But I didn't. I remembered the story these guys told me at the gas station earlier, so I yelled, "Yo, are you Leroy?" The shadow shifted towards me and started walking. As his head rose out of the water, I could tell this was some strange dude. His hair, only growing from the sides of his head, didn't seem wet at all. His eyes weren't fixed anywhere, just staring forward. His whole demeanor appeared more like that of a creature than of a man. As he got closer to the shore, some guys from the beach started to look toward us. His movements were uncanny and quick, faster than I'd ever seen someone move before. Yet, he never started to run. He just kept walking along the lake's floor. As he got closer, I could hear him snapping, and I saw his overalls were all oddly long. This guy had to be 6'11", if not taller. His legs were in odd proportion, being at least twice the size of his arms, yet he just kept walking. When he reached the edge of the lake, he stopped moving and just stood there staring at us. He said. The other guys on the beach asked if he was alright. He walked towards them, and what I saw next I can never unsee. He picked them up around the neck, holding both of them in each of his gargantuan hands. They struggled to escape, but it didn't matter. He just walked back into the lake with them. I don't know what happened to those guys. Sometimes I see a missing persons report with them in it. The police seem to believe they were taken by MS-13, but I know what really happened. No gang can install as much fear into my life as that thing did. No gang is raw, untamed power as he did. That creature, that monster, that man! I can't capture his essence in human words. I tried to contact the police, but they just laughed at me. I'm trying to figure out what the next.
Later on.
I know later on, my life was.
They too went missing.
They too? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
See, the double-sided was tripping me up, man.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
They too went missing. I wait for the day that'll just become another name in the papers. I want to leave my college, but I know that there's no escaping fate. I took a trip back to Lansing, but those guys from the gas station were nowhere to be found. All I could hear was a faint snapping from the river, accompanied by an unamused hum. I've stayed in my dorm ever since, waiting for the day when Leroy comes back for me. I hope this reaches someone somewhere who can help, but I doubt it. This man is not something you can escape from. I should have never come to the shores of Lake Michigan. Go to Michigan, it's a nice city.
Dude, it's a true story. Leroy, very dangerous man. Gotta be careful about Leroy.
Dude. But would you have sex with Leroy?
Oh, easily. if Leroy wanted to have sex, done.
Dude,
simple.
Those lanky arms curling around you.
Exactly. His gargantuan
And
hands.
those legs, dude. Imagine how fucking enormous his thighs must be.
His thick giant. What's so weird? Cause
Leroy thigh
basically,
jobs?
huh?
Leroy thigh jobs though?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Basically, what he does, he sort of just wanders along the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
So he's so used to the pressure down there that when he comes back up, he's just super strong. Like he's so strong.
Dude, he's like a hyperbolic time chamber.
Exactly.
Does he feed off zebra mussels or something?
I don't know. I think anyone who's seen Leroy has not been seen since.
I mean, that guy has.
Well, this guy has, yeah, but he's a rare exception.
Oh.
I feel like Leroy's he's just it's like a catalyst for natural selection, right?
Yeah,
He
exactly.
just walks up and goes,
I feel
You
like
look inferior, and then he eats.
Leroy's like the missing link. I feel
Exactly.
like.
So
Yeah.
he is a missing link.
Yeah.
No one knows how old he is. No one knows how long he's been here.
Dude.
He's just sort of.
Is Leroy even his real name? Yeah.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. That's his SCP name.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
that's-
name.
SCP Leroy.
All right, Taylor. If you'd
Okay,
like, you can-
Yeah. So actually, I want to read the first paragraph of what I originally
Oh,
wrote.
definitely.
It was I was working through some more experimental prose.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever heard of Naked Lunch by William Burroughs, it's kind of like that. All right. Or Finnegan's Wake. So okay. The wind whipped against Old Man Wither's windows, setting the shutters shuddering. The moon glowed like the buttered rump of an infant. He held his blankie close and heralded the night with aplomb neath his nightcap askew. Though he was an old man, teeth yellowing and his bare scalp covered in liver spots, his eyes twinkled and he still made a home with his wife and all the birds they fed. But tonight Ethel was not there. The garage was vacant by one station wagon and she was away on work, or at her sister's. He had had a harder and harder time keeping track over the last few years.
Wow, that's really good.
That was all I had written.
That was a trick.
But it's not really. I didn't know where it was going. I was just gonna make it up.
That's kind of what I do with mine,
Yeah.
but with spelling errors.
Well, the thing is that I read through this and I still
Yeah,
had I in here.
You only had that was only
Well,
one.
that's
though.
kind of like the idea of recreation is that it's like
You're
you're supposed to be
supposed to-
raw and unfiltered.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh shit, they did double. What?
You fucked up, Tobias. You fucked up.
That's why I was confused. It's like printed on both sides.
That's what happened to the first page. Oh my god. So when I was printing,
Tobias,
yeah.
quick
let's
story.
just have sex.
quick story.
Live on the
Yeah,
podcast.
quick story.
When I was printing, I was so confused because what would happen is that the printer would dispense it and then take it back.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh.
what's it doing? Why is it taking it back? And I would never get to the first
Hungry.
page.
It's hungry for more.
Exactly. Once more.
Actually, Alex, that live on the podcast means Tobias doing it. That's our 100 subscriber special, dude.
Oh, that.
for our 3 subscriber special. Wait, no, don't we already have
We
3
have
subscribers?
Yeah,
we have 4.
Dude, 4 subs.
How many of them are you guys? I'm not subscribed.
I'm subscribed.
You're
I'm
subscribed.
subscribed.
You're subscribed.
I'm not.
Okay, so we have 2 non.
I think Sarah May is subscribed.
Sarah May and is Angie subscribed? Does she
Maybe.
know?
I don't
Or
know.
Minnow. Or Ninja.
Oh, we need to talk about Ninja subscribed.
Dude, Ninja
we need to talk about Angie, definitely, and the
Oh.
cookies.
Oh my my fucking god.
Can we bring that up right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have that as an interlude, and then I'll read the first 5 chapters of this.
Alright.
Sounds good.
This is, yeah.
Or actually, we could conclude with the first chapter, and then we could do
Like
just
every chapter, we continue.
Yeah, we could read one chapter.
Like
and read
Arabian
it.
Nights.
Well, the chapters are pretty short, so I think we
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So there's
Just
there's
finish off
13 chapters.
We'll do, like,
so
2 or
maybe
3
I'll do
chapters.
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that's like
Well,
the first page.
But I was thinking maybe we could do this like a concluding thing.
Yeah, or else we'll make guests on the podcast read it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll read the first couple chapters this time, and then from now on we'll have it as
Like a
guest.
guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Post interview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After we get we get to the nitty gritty
Yeah.
with Obama.
We talk about Obama. We talk about all of his struggles and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
very
ask him all the important questions like, oh, what was it like to meet Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
Like, what was that like?
You get Kendrick on the podcast.
You get Kendrick on the podcast. We're definitely getting Kanye on the
Oh,
podcast.
Kanye, Obama, Nochi.
Yeah, we're getting no shit on the podcast. Who are we getting on the podcast?
Dude, Charlie Mahoney.
Charlie.
He's
yeah.
coming.
Charlie
Yeah,
Mahoney.
Charlie.
Not Charlie from Big Booty Bartholomew.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Nah, fuck that, Charlie.
That Charlie?
As in my brother,
Who?
Charlie Mahoney.
Oh, him?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we could get Charlie Brown on the podcast
Dude,
because
what?
I've got a
Oh,
connection. My dad met the guy who
Oh,
voiced
yeah.
Charlie Brown at a convention. But he's apparently he's a really old guy, and he's
He's a
just
boomer.
kind of no, he's older than a boomer.
Yeah.
he's kind of
He's a
He's a
whatever.
he's a doomer.
Doomer?
Like Doom,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, before Doom, I don't know if there was any world.
No, there wasn't.
No.
Dude, Doom guy created the world.
Exactly.
Are we gonna talk about Angie and Tobias?
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Alright. So Angie is our friend from Vietnam. You might see her in our a quick plug to Here Comes Angie. You can watch her.
She doesn't even need our help. She already has that. She gets way more.
If anything, we need her help.
Yeah, we need her to show us.
Uh,
up.
Angie,
Angie, if you want to do a shout out to Recreation Podcast, we'll have Tobias give you more cookies.
Yeah. Well,
We
first of
will.
all, yeah. First of all, we should say we don't really know if Vietnam actually exists because none of us have ever been there.
Right.
So she could be lying.
I mean,
about that.
and the United States never lost a war. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
So the United States never lost a war, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Nothing wrong. Yeah.
but when did that ever happen?
What?
I
But
don't know.
that happened before Doom happened, so.
Yeah. So.
Did it really happen?
Doesn't really matter, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
So
Yeah.
Angie, so
Yeah.
she's our friend from Vietnam, right? And we were just, I think it was Eamon, Alex, and I. We were at what's that grocery store? Something or other.
oh,
Yeah.
the price dropper.
Yeah.
Price Chopper?
Yeah, it was the price chopper.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
East Side
yeah.
Co-op.
Not the co-op. No.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's it's a grocery store.
Mhm.
And I see some Milano cookies. I'm thinking, oh, these are good. And I was thinking, I have a lot of international friends here. They probably never had these cookies. Why don't I give some to my international
Very nice,
friends,
yeah.
right?
Nice gesture.
Just-
Good guy, Tobias. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I go up to Angie's room. I knock on the door. I have these cookies in my hand. And first thing she does when she opens the door is say, "For me? Thank you!" And grabs the full bag of cookies and puts them in her snack drawer.
And closes the door.
Well, not closes the door. I
She
come in,
shuts
right?
it.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have the heart to tell her that they weren't for her. She was so happy. But I was a little upset because I didn't even get to have one of those Milano cookies. Later, she offered me one. I was thinking, oh my god, you're offering me my own cookies?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. Anyway, it's like a week later, a week or two later, and we're watching her first vlog.
Yeah, we played Catan, ate some delicious potatoes, and maybe like mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor Penny was like falling asleep.
Yeah. I was
And
really
then-
tired.
And then he woke and then like as soon as we brought up Angie, he was like up and about. He was moving, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to see because I was so energized by her vlog because it was so well done.
They are really well done.
They're really well
Her
edited. Yeah.
Vietnamese vlogs that we can't even understand.
Yeah, we can't even
Yeah,
understand.
to her
it.
credit, yeah, I cannot speak or understand Vietnamese, but I watched the entire 10-minute vlog.
Right.
So it's that, yeah.
Then there's no subtitles yet either.
Yeah.
But like, there's Cliff, and you can.
This clip,
This
yeah.
clip.
Oh my god.
And the driving one.
The driving
That's
one?
Like, yeah.
Dude, I basically.
Well,
that's a
you
free
should
drive
tell
lesson.
you should tell a story about how. Well, I'll just say you were in the library and she like were you studying with her or something like that?
What?
When she was
Oh,
filming
yeah.
and she like
And then
picked you up.
she
Yeah.
tells me that she says I just sort of want this to be like a personal thing, a personal vlog, like one-on-one with my fans. And I'm saying, Angie, I don't speak Vietnamese. I can't. I'm not gonna be any help in this vlog. I don't blame you. But she's like, no, it's just personal. I'm like, it's fine.
It's okay. We got you, Tobias.
Exactly.
You're gonna become famous through us.
I'm gonna become famous through this.
Anyway, we're watching her vlog,
Yeah.
right?
Uh huh.
And in the vlog, there's a shot of her opening up the snack drawer, and
There's my cookies! There's my Milano cookies! I was so mad.
we actually went over to her room to confront her about it.
She wasn't there. Her roommate Malaya was there.
Yeah.
And Malaya was like, "What are you guys doing?" Because
Yeah.
we walk in and we just start rifling through
Yeah.
snacks. And I say, I've got a warrant right now, right? I've got a warrant now for Angie's arrest.
Yeah. You have probable cause.
Probable
Yeah.
cause. Any stolen merchandise is
I
gonna.
will-
Fourth Amendment.
I will say it's funny because like Angie and Malaya's room, you can like tell which parts of the vlog. Like if you watch Angie's vlogs, it's like she films it at like the exact angle where the most like aesthetically pleasing parts of her room are like in the shot, and then like outside that is just like a normal dorm.
Like anything that isn't Malaya's hat.
Anything that is yeah.
Man, we're really exposing Angie right now.
Yeah, we are.
This is the behind the scenes
Behind the
footage
scenes.
that you get
Yeah.
only on the
Yeah.
recreational podcast, right?
Yeah.
But you can watch Angie's first vlog and you can pause it. There's like it's in the first like minute. She like opens up her snack drawer for like one shot, and you can pause it and see like on the right side of the drawer
Those
Yeah.
the Milano cookies.
the Milano cookies. I had to
Yeah.
buy Tobias
Yeah.
Yeah,
some
and they're
Milano
double
cookies.
stuffed. They're double stuffed, so I'm getting double.
Double
my
stuffed
loss.
Milanos? Holy
Yeah,
dude, that sounds
I know.
amazing.
These like double stuffed dark chocolate.
Everybody,
Milanos.
all the listeners, please go to Angie's video and
Yeah.
flag the video.
Do it.
For theft and copyright.
Everyone
Um,
comment.
I'm just kidding. Please don't do that.
Also, this video is not sponsored by Milano Cookies, although I wish we
Or
were. Please
it's not.
sponsor us.
It's also not sponsored by Here Comes Angie.
Yeah. But it is sponsored by Tostino's Pizza Rolls.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. It's not. We're not
Wait,
sponsored.
We didn't get the. Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, we're not officially sponsored, but
But
We
We
should
are.
be talking about like Squarespace. And,
Yeah.
Audible.
no, we should just have like a segment where it's like us eating cold ass frozen pizza rolls.
we just don't even like cook them. We're like,
No.
man, these are really good.
Well, dude.
I mean, we are gamers. Like that's like pure fuel for
Right,
us.
that is
Yeah.
pure fuel.
Like-
I've been asking the dining hall to give us gamer fuel.
Yeah.
You know, but they just
Well, because it gives all this stuff that's gluten free, vegan, veggie.
Vegan.
We can't eat that. We're gamers.
We can't
We're
survive.
gamers, dude. Gamers can't. We have so much like physical and mental strength that we're expending every second.
I can't game on vegan kernel. Like,
of course not. You know, man.
they just don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hope so because
Yeah.
Praneet's
Well,
working back there.
This is yet another reason why gamers are so oppressed.
Of course. You know, even our food,
Yeah.
everything. We lost everything.
In the gamer wars.
But we immigrated from Suganda.
Where they speak Sugandese.
Yeah, where they speak Sugandese. We lost our native tongue.
Yeah, we're from the Gamer University of UC.
Yeah, I'm actually bilingual. I also speak Wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, I
you
know.
speak weeb?
I do speak Wheat.
You speak weeb?
Well, just a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
learning.
Most people.
You're learning from watching anime with no
that's-
subtitles.
No
Yeah.
subtitles.
Just pick it up.
Exactly, pick it up.
Just watching JoJo with no subtitles.
I'd understand it just as much as I do with subtitles.
Oh, nice.
Hey, baby.
The podcast just becomes us doing JoJo.
Yeah. We're just gonna do JoJo poses, and you'll just hear our clothes shuffling, and that's how you'll know what pose we're doing.
You just figure it out. Just imagine it.
Imagine it exactly.
Don't go grabbing your dick just yet. The JoJo's part isn't up yet, so
Oh man.
yeah, you're gonna have to wait. It's not November, so we can't do
Yeah,
that.
we can't do it. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah,
to
we
our-
did.
Yeah.
We did do a JoJo pose at the party last night.
Yeah, we did.
That was
do-
pretty
JoJo
epic.
pose? The
Yeah,
party?
there was a runway, and we did JoJo poses.
Alright.
And we weirded everyone out. It was funny.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was decent. It was
Okay.
decent.
Was it like a fashion party?
Oh, it's the fashion
Yeah,
show.
yeah, it
Oh,
was
that
like a
makes sense.
fashion themed party.
Yeah.
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 It was like Jersey Shore themed too, and I wanted my brother to go as Rumham, and I was gonna go as Danny DeVito.
What was it called? The Situation. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
God.
Alright, so.
You want me to read?
Oh, do you want to? Yeah, we can do that. And then I'll finish up with topics for the next podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Chapter 1.
Oh, wait, this background of this story.
Sorry.
This is a story I procured from my friend Grant. Shout out to Grant. He lives in a place I can't disclose. But I knew him.
Does he live in like a bunker or something like that, like a doomsday prepper?
He's actually Edward Snowden, and I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He's a
see,
whistleblower.
yeah.
But I met him for a week, and he's amazing.
And you had sex with him?
I wish.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is the only artifact we have
This is
from
the
this
only
mysterious
artifact of
Grant.
It's
that
called
is
Coca-Cola
so
Bought My
mysterious.
House.
Coca-Cola bought my house. Okay. Chapter 1. I was sitting in my study when suddenly a letter bumped into the door. Clank. What's that? I said aloud, when there hasn't been another living soul in my house for 18 years.
Oh shit.
I reached for the letter, falling out of my chair. Whoa, I said as I fell. I did a 180 kickflip and perfectly sliced the envelope with the letter slipping out. I retracted the knife kept at the tip of my boot, then picked up the letter. I'm just like the Assassin's Creed, I said. I then realized that the letter had been shredded in half by the knife. Oh well, I shrugged. I sure hope I get another one of these. I then tossed it in the pile of other half-shredded letters and envelopes that looked just like it. Better get a fire going, I said, igniting the letters and throwing them into my fireplace. I sat by the fire and enjoyed a drink of hot tea and Sprite. Champed 2.
That was a full chapter.
Yeah. I woke with a start.
It's minimal.
There was a knock at the door. Knock, knock. I answered the door and I fell down the stairs. Yes, I said to the door. The door answered, "Hello, Raphael. I am coming to seal your house." It was a dream. I woke up on the stairs. There was knocking at the door again. I didn't answer at the door because when I did in the dream, someone said I was going to steal my house. Someone walked in the door. It was a man in a black suit with a red tie, and the tie said, "Coca-Cola." My name is Patrick, and I'm the Coca-Cola man. I buy the places to make the good fizzy drink that is the Coca-Cola. This house looks like a great place to set up my Coca-Cola factory. What do you think, Randall? "Yes," said Randall, a man who was short and also big and bald. Haha. "What are you doing in my house? This is mine and you can't have it," I said with a raging passion and love for my house. Patrick the Coca-Cola man walked past me and laughed. "We're going to start making the Coca-Cola in tomorrow morning." Chapter 3. "No!" I screamed. "Get out of my house. You can't make Coca-Cola here." I activated my knife blade and drop-kicked Patrick. But, for some reason, Patrick's armor class must have been 300 because I soared gracefully past him and landed in my Chesterfield. He simply turned, put his hands on his hips, and gave a great hearty laugh. "Ha!" He heartily laughed. No outcries will daunt me. Patrick swiveled around and trooped off to the kitchen. I screamed in protest, but Randall ignored me. "No, not my sweet toaster family." Randall grabbed all 5 of my toasters and threw them out the window. "No, Randall, you unsweetened iced tea." I cursed him so hard and I prayed that he would die. Suddenly, the heavens opened and Randall dropped dead. Patrick turned, aghast. He crammed a full can of Coca-Cola in his mouth and said in a deep voice, "Randall, you shall be born anew." Just then, a new Randall walked through the door, but he was bigger, shorter, and balder. I gasped in astonishment as the two began throwing out more kitchen appliances. What? End of chapter 3.
Left us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the power of the Holy Ghost, dude.
Alright. So to conclude our episode 1, I have a couple slips of paper here and some writing utensils, which I will get. I'm going to ask everyone to write down an idea for the next podcast, and then we'll pull it out of the hat, or else read all of them and debate it. So, doing it live.
Hear that? That's the sound of
That's,
progress.
That's the sound of live progress. Let me see what I have to write with. Tobias, you can use your blood if you really want.
Alright.
Alright, I'm done.
Okay.
That writing ASMR. Tobias.
What?
You done?
I'm
Amen.
I'm
Amen.
thinking.
Oh my god. Think!
Cool.
Now we're gonna know who's who. Our bias is gonna show. Okay, I can't tell anymore.
Alright, you read off the answers.
All right. Yeah. What? Toothpaste and
Oh, that's mouthwash.
mouthwash. Addiction. Interesting. Our backstories.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a
Man,
good
whoever
one.
wrote that must be incredibly attractive. Obama. Nice.
That's a good one too.
Smut. So.
We gotta save smut until like we have like Minnow on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Malaya.
Sarah May.
Sarah. So.
Do we want to say like I like our backstories? I think it's a good one.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. All right, well, that's all for this time, Recreation Nation. See ya on the next episode.
I didn't like that.
Here, Alex, you do it.
Do you want to do the outro?
Yeah.
You have to edit that. Yeah, that's just gonna weird people out.
That's leaving. That's something. That's staying in.
Uncut.
All right.
We should call the podcast That's Staying In. Instead of recreation.
Staying in.
That's staying in. It's all uncut.
Remember,
No, I'm gonna edit this down
Remember, guys.
significantly.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
All right. That's staying in. Cut it.
Hey, stop.
Stop. Stop it.
Stop the audio.
Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God.